It is my singular honor to address you at this occasion of the official launch of the African Peer Review Mechanism, which is of significant importance to the government and the people of Zimbabwe. May I begin by extending a warm welcome to the Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, retired Major General Jessica Alupo, who is here representing my dear brother, His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the current chairperson of the African Peer Review Forum of Heads of State and Government. I congratulate you, Honorable Vice President, on your country's assumption of chair of this important continental initiative. Zimbabwe is confident that under your country's stewardship, headway will be made towards advancing the values and principles of the African Peer Review Mechanism. May I take this opportunity of your presence to thank, through you, His Excellency President Museveni, as well as the government and people of Uganda for their support in Zimbabwe's recent election for a non-permanent seat in the United Nations Security Council for the period 2027 to 2028. We in Zimbabwe appreciate your country's steadfast solidarity towards advancing the global peace and security agenda. Allow me to equally recognize the current African Peer Review Panel member in charge of Zimbabwe, Her Excellency Dr. Thelma Owori. The former chairperson of the African Peer Review Panel of eminent persons and lead panelist for Zimbabwe is Her Excellency Ambassador L. Efni Muhammad. He has also joined us, along with the delegation from the APRM Continental Secretariat to Zimbabwe. You are all welcome. I commend the APRM Continental Secretariat for the work done for us to realize this momentous milestone. Zimbabwe is grateful for the backing of the African Union leadership and collective effort, which has seen us record the successes achieved to date. Your assistance and critical guidance proved invaluable during the targeted review process, which we undertook under the theme called Economic Governance and Management, end of quote. The teamwork and the synergies reflect the enduring spirit of Pan-Africanism and should be nurtured to further strengthen the African peer review mechanism. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, today's ceremony marks an important landmark in Zimbabwe's journey under the African peer review mechanism. This forum is a uniquely African homegrown initiative that embodies Africa's commitment to mutual accountability, self-assessment, as well as continuous improvement in governance and development. Since Zimbabwe's voluntary accession to the mechanism in February 2020, our continued engagement and a PRM process reinforces our position as a committed member state. We are dedicated to the collective pursuit of good governance, sustainable development, and the realization of the aspirations of Agenda 2063. The APRM aligns with our nation's vision 2030 and current economic blueprint, the National Development Strategy number 2, as well as the Sustainable Development Goals we have set for ourselves. These blueprints continue to guide the people of Zimbabwe in our ongoing pursuit to become a prosperous, empowered, and inclusive upper middle income society. My government's engagements within the APRM dovetails with our nation's constitutional provisions and laws. In particular, Section 9 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe mandates the state to adopt and implement policies and legislation that promote efficient, transparent, and accountable governance at every level. Similarly, Section 12, subsection 2 of the Constitution underscores Zimbabwe's commitment to pursue foreign policies that promote regional and continental cooperation, promotes peace and economic development. In this regard, our collaboration embodies these principles in practice and also reflect our long-standing belief in our African-led solutions for African challenges. Zimbabwe recognizes the importance of democracy, unity, peace, and security as essential ingredients for sustainable development. The acceptance by my administration to be reviewed, therefore, amplifies our pledge to the citizenry that we are a people-centered government. Their voices matter. Hence, our institutions and the policies are open to analysis and improvement. Governance is not static, but ever-changing and evolving. As such, the Second Republic is ready to continually evolve in line with the needs and national interests of our beloved motherland, Zimbabwe. In all that we do, we remain guided by our national development philosophy, and that is, a country is built, is governed, and is prayed for by its own people. In our local language, we say, Nyika inovakwa, igotongwa, igonamatirwa nei. Hallelujah, Jehovah Rubenga. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, at the African Union Summit of Heads and State in Government, held on 13th February 2026, I had the honor to receive the Zimbabwe's targeted review report on economic governance and management, which was subsequently peer-reviewed by fellow African leaders. Since then, my government has taken into consideration the comprehensive recommendations made thereunder and developed a national program of action matrix. We are determined to achieve equitable development that leaves no one and no place behind. I am encouraged that Zimbabwe's targeted review report highlights practices and homegrown solutions implemented by my government in response to our national realities, while contributing to Africa's broader development agenda. Among the commendable practices we have adopted and operationalized include transformative leadership, the land reform program, performance contracting, innovation and heritage-based education 5.0, our village business unity and rural development 8.0 model, our monetary policy revitalization back to basics approach. As Zimbabwe, we stand ready to share our experiences, innovations, and successful models with fellow member states of the African Union as our contribution to collective progress, development, and the shared prosperity for the peoples of our continent, the continent of Africa. To my fellow countrymen and women, the APRM is not for government alone, but for every Zimbabwean. The mechanism is a vital tool for inclusive growth and sustainable socio-economic development. It aligns with our development philosophy, Nyika, Inovakwa, Inotongwa, Igonamatikwane. Hallelujah. Amen. I therefore call upon all stakeholders, government ministries, departments and agencies, civil society organizations, the private sector, academia, and ordinary citizens to continue actively participating and engaging in the APRM processes. Let us never shy away from improving our systems, hearing the views of the people we serve, and appropriately adjusting our respective organizations and entities to meet the expectations of our stakeholders. Our beloved motherland, Zimbabwe, is on an irreversible and accelerated course to national economic development and prosperity. No one can stop that. In this journey, we should always carry the majority of our people along towards a higher quality of life. Socioeconomic gaps and disparities should be avoided and minimized across all sectors of the society. Let us draw lessons from our rich armed liberation war history and stay inspired by the more recent victories such as over the negative impact of the heinous illegal sanctions imposed on our motherland, which made us more resolute as independent Zimbabwe. We all have a duty to energetically embark on the journey ahead with renewed zeal and focus. As we do so, let us carry forward successful governance practices and boldly embrace many more new policy models, business strategies, as well as partnerships to speed up modernization and industrialization of our country, Zimbabwe. The country remains guided by national interests and development priorities. Our unique Zimbabwean and African identity, values and culture must never be compromised. We are masters of our own destiny. The realization of the Zimbabwe we all want is in our own hands. Equally, let us be alive to our country's obligations to advance Pan-Africanism, regional and continental integration, as well as unity, peace and security for the peoples of Africa. Zimbabwe is not an island, but a friend to all and an enemy to none. Participation in the African peer review mechanism will undoubtedly result in stronger national institutions, deepen reforms, and help innovate systems, while also entrenching development principles that stress efficiency and fairness towards excellency in governance. My dear brothers and sisters, distinguished comrades, invited guests, allow me to take this opportunity to deeply appreciate the solidarity shown by SADC and African Union member states in calling for the unconditional removal of the unilateral coercive measures imposed on Zimbabwe by some stupid Western countries following our land reform program. May the journey of Zimbabwe, along with its twists and turns and the humble success milestones highlighted in the Zimbabwe Target Review Reform Report on Economic Governance and Management, serve as a source of inspiration of what we can achieve as the independent and sovereign people of Africa and the global South. The obligation to build, modernize, and develop our economies, leveraging on the rich resources and domains, is on our shoulders. Partners may only assist the realization of our respective visions and development priorities as set out by ourselves. The days of running with the agenda and the narrative set elsewhere in the Western capitals are over. I call on us, the peoples of this great continent of Africa, to honor the founding fathers of our nations and the revolutionary luminaries who founded the Organization of African Unity, the African Union. Now, the African Union, by doing our part to achieve African integration, unity, peace, and economic sovereignty. The aspirations of our ambitious young people, the hope of resilient women and dreams of hard-working entrepreneurs all depend on the actions we take. We do not have the luxury of failure. In unity, the revolutionary spirit that propelled our forebears to defeat colonial bondage and oppression, this generation can equally achieve economic freedom, a higher rate of development, modernization, and industrialization, as well as sustainable peace, security, and stability on the African continent can be achieved in our lifetime. I therefore reaffirm my government's steadfast commitment to working in unison with the fellow APRM member states to realize our shared continental aspirations. Finally, may I once again express Zimbabwe's full commitment to the ideals, the principles, and objectives of the African peer review mechanism. Honorable Vice President, Retired General Jessica Alupo, please convey to my dear brother, President Yoweri Museveni, my warm regards and express that I look forward to working closely with him during Uganda's tenure of this important initiative. With these remarks, it is now my distinct honor and privilege to declare the African Peer Review Mechanism in the Republic of Zimbabwe officially launched.